Deba Juni Diji Rajama Yando. Toba Zanjeri Wada Shaza Deba Devashi Washidi Jimmy Joe de Holojo Lanami. Panami Walada Minaji Deba Sanji Juni Nevijo. Shaja Deba Lacha de Lacha de Jaso Shi. Deba Juni Diji Wada Jama Yando Kasola Sanji. Ribada Shazo Deba Devashi Washidi Jimmy Joe de Holojo Lanami. Sanjay Nevejo Shajata Hola Chatel Chata Kazushi Namo Jimne Dijin Shi Wanda Mai Yanda Wazo Sanjay Ribada Shazan de Manivasho Nidin Bejo de Holojo Lanami Holada Minachi Namo Sanjay Nevejo Shajata Hola Chatel Chata Kazushi Degani Zoji Dante Zajida Mani Manijin Zega Wajala Jadala Nanda Majo, Sudan, she is a Kumbuda. Tawaji Densona Hamel, Kumbochi Chadel. Sejo de Badiman, the Veja, the Dot Wajala Chadel, the Sibas much. Imagine Jala Chadel, Kumodi, the Mount Jagan. Tonight they gather the Jason Chadel, Tawa the Jadel. Giving us only to Jason, the Jason Chadel. Running to a line there, no dollar connection in the mind. You line Chadelo, Sanjay, Chadelo, Java Chelo, Chadelo, Gidu Chelo, Chadelo, Sumaka de Pujas. Chaja, Tanja, Lidu, Lidu, and Chad Vision. Tipaji, Mijaji, Gil, Presence of Waja, Rangas in the use and Dennis Sanjay, Dembai, Kama, Ramada, Kimaso, Chud, Milano, and Dream the Vegetation and the Dada. Namdi and Jesse Waye, Comanche, Radan, Banana, Chivella Road, Sivezole, do show. Knowledge of energy, the body, images, the mind, the jet, or Golama. There's some control, Chadelo, the Gadigan. Shimdi, you will go to more than she is in the division. Yes, Jumdi, Samana, she is a children and the things and emotions. The Jimmy, the very Jim, you see, Sanjay on Chatelo. Together with the Digino, Jenny, the Yoga, Jawon, and Apologia, Condition Madan, she is making the Mother touch the issues. Yes, Jim did Samana, what she is, and I think it's on your mushes. Young days, you some of the Major who was jealous of the Shelly, courage, Major, and the number. Mo the dollar and changing the Manamaya and the watches, the you do the Mashari, she was the Major who was jealous of the business. Gave on a Sherry Paradise, Samuel, Joe, the Vadish, the Lavacha, the Gizamia, and she was a mass imagine who was jealous of English. Said that the Mashari level and Hajman Sherry Board, you want you home. Alala Sherry Paradise, Samuel, Joe, the Vadish, the Lavacha. Among our Dara Jedumana Mayana, yes, I was Tombani, Suzo, Tomani Legend. So Tombani, Suzo, Tomani, Tomani Legends. So Tombani, Suzo, Tomani Legends, Jemain. Teaching the thought and the shit and the generation of Sherry Potato. Shetan Tombani, the cinema, Mama, to when you know so many thought made the gym, much of me, I mentioned the much of a American, Kashi, but teaching the Dongo, the management to one of the Sherry Potato. She's one of the machine, and something no much of a Sunday, the Sherry Sherry Virgin Bema, which Bema, and Mema, and Sherry Virgin Bema, Meva, the attack, they got the part of the person that they saw.
Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and power. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and grow in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of nirvana. All Buddhas who dwell in the true times also manifest they completely awakened as possible perfect complete enlightenment and reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequal, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as the true since it is not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared. Ayata, Gati Gati, Paragati, Parasamgati, Bodhisattva. Sharapuja, Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, to train in profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Bhagavan arose from that concentration and commended the Bodhisattva Arya Uttara, saying, Well said, son of the lineage, it is like that, it is like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom just as he intended. Then Vrindavan rejoiced. Having thus spoken, the Venerable Sharadvanapuja, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Uttara, thus surrounding their entirety along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and human dust, were overjoyed and highly praised at spoken by the Bhagavan. To the gathering of the community of the three chakras, who abide in the holy yoga of youth and space, for your powers of clairvoyance and magical emanations, look about the practitioners like a mother her child. Summarize.
Aga Samara Shadara Samaraya Pe Kade Kade Bara Kade Bara Sangade Badi Saha Bagunjo Sindi Kaya Dimbedo Jichita Warjuji Warjuji Mewarjuji Shivarjuji Ragimi Dimbe Choringa Madu Shindi Guru Saha Kiredunda Juji Shivadan Midini Mejina Javadan Timurji Puzuji Tashi Dijan Dile Shwa Tabdan Jatan Tabadan teaching of John Duji Len Todo So Je me do dam re ra li shi nin de jemba di sanje shin de mi de Dogo nanda shin la che para shu Jenam ji chuga kala jende jende ne che da zambe du je de man sa je chu ji shawa abdo so gore ne mende la kam ni ya na san je che na so ji cha na la chan jo ba da da ni ja sum chi da bi chu jin ji be sun Dola Benji Sanje Dobra Sho Sanje Chodan Soji Chona Chanjo Bada Dani Jasum Tage Chujin Jibe Sonam Ji Dola Benji Sanje Dobra Sanje Chodan Soji Chona Chanjo Bada Dani Jasum Tage Chujin Jibe Sonam Ji Dola Benji Sanje Dobra Tangata zanyi zanyi dawa danchi bawa yin dime shini dinde kodam dila chate dunye nyenche sonde chebe lang chi chi sinze kanche dinde kodam chana be mo dinde yodo la soba de su chintu lundu Panden zawe lama rambo che dagi chigur kime di shone kodi chime kone che sonde ye kuzondu jengu de che de Hai, dang zi kulong kum de gyab go sro kulong de 다 가서래 다들인 삼딘 소시에 삼딘 디스 제단다 삼딘 코디 또다 시네 코 들어와 삼바템보스 다디 니엠발 니야디 아니 라니 지고 식삼바 지고요 야 담에 지고야 마임바 심지 신라야 편도치야지 되는가 아디 야고지 닝긴 삼백 군론 된대지 기도나 먼저 주주직 제가 되냐고 개발랍 전부 사도 그래서
So first of all, we're going to set our motivation. We're going to do a meditation, setting our motivation. So today we're going to be listening to advice on developing one's concentration. So specifically developing calm abiding or shamatha. When you listen to this, you should really be not thinking about just your own benefit. Well, we're not thinking about your own benefit, right? You should be thinking about that this is for the benefit of others. If you can cultivate this type of motivation, then when you listen well over the next 1.5 hours, then you can actually accumulate a vast amount of merit.
다들이 연구 참라디 란주 멤버 체베 다 단다 두 전부 남는 저 셰용디다 전주 쌤 기주 셰가 선바 전주 쌤 선바 상보 아니 선바 상보다 제저 심지 탐제시 산지 공마토 지기 예시지 선바 쌤 갸기 선바 기어라 다 쌤에 디 캘린셔가 좀 지금 인도로와 니 지금 응원게 지구 담바 산지에 다 제세 전주 선바도 탐제 진소 파진 두 냠낸 전에네 심지 된 지기도 제가 티나신이랑에 진소 유튜버랑 것라고 이 섬디네 저 제가 진소 파진 두 냠낸 소리데 다저 수수 삼바 시바서야다 삼바 지 아니 템보서야다 소남사야다 아니 게자메와 마서야다 다든데게 답랑나 때네 진소 파진 두 총으로 인디 장을라 데네 담메나 메드브라오지레 수수게 셈주 멤버치와 란주 멤버치와라 하과르데 찬주게 셈주리 기와치와라 지소 파진 투기 냠네 예바르데 쳐고요 레스틴즈 당저 짐바스 준스와 준주 디게 로타라 다 삼데 나 삼데 인고를 랍주셔야 돼봐
So the point of all this is to subdue or pacify one's mind. So in order to do this, and especially when we practice this Mahayana tradition, then we have to develop this mind of bodhicitta first, right? And this pure motivation or this positive or good heart or positive intention of bodhicitta. So in order to truly develop oneself, this mere belief is not enough. You actually have to follow this up with the activity of the six perfections. So this is very valuable if you want to subdue your mind, stabilize your mind, accumulate a lot of merit. Then the method for doing this is the practice of the 6 perfections. So through this practice, you can actually pacify your mind, right? And so we've explained now, we've gone through the first 4 perfections, and so today we're going to talk about the 5th one, the perfection of concentration.
Samdin sherab tiks store. Samdin jingo dan rabi gula jizuse, divzen sumdo dan subject ngawala sumzra. Ani samdin jingo kare labdi ta di ngone shina yagoda di ngawo che, ani koi yawa che, ani dine susu gula jedan kare res labdi dina la chazan lebdogoda. Yagoji legoda. Ta ngawo sina tini do tanda do shigora. Tanda di dere sim gewe mikba kanron chigla sejik di newa sila. Ta zo tanda tanda di gewe mikba lagwa yade karasana. Gewe mikba kanron chigla sejik di newa sila. Tanda dere do da.
One pointedly. So konda di som di no yewa to.
No yewa gyula jizu. Ye korana la da. Peja korana do subject. Ngawa di da. Ngawa la sum. Ngawa nisi.
Couldn't find.
Ngawa samdi di mani na tanti ne kere mangu shego dina kya.
No.
Ngawa la sum.
A lot, but couldn't find. Didn't know the sum. Di yore, di shembare. Di trachek tang.
Jo di mare. Kita shine ngodir samdi. Samdi ngawa samdi da.
Chapter 5. Ngawa. Di sum.
Ngawa la sum labda. Samdi jingowo rabi yula jizu sto.
Okay.
Samdi jingowo.
Ding ala yure. Trukla yure. Noah, Junsen. Anyway, I've got it here. Ding ala yure. Look here. Let's go back to something. Okay. So anyway, when we look at this practice of developing this calm abiding, then there's 3 points, right? That there's the essence or the definition, the divisions, and then the means to develop it, right? So the definition of calm abiding is a mind that single-pointedly abides on, you could say, any gangrong, any virtuous object.
Samdien da shine ran la khoya yo ma samdien sa di des chap chim da ina samdien samba tembo so ro samba tembo la se jik ne ba se ke kan la maing ba che de thwe di she go ra thangel di ma rob jik do ra ne yang je la thanda di yang ja jik she ta di la ne ngo ro de dire samba di la samba maing ba che ane samba maing ba che thanda 기획은 샤야디 가려라서는 아니 셈라야 가나다 또나 가오 연구요로 겨와 지난 저 탐제 신의 미과 제조 그래 매도다 지 아니 우다 외다 로다 매다 남주다 모다다 가리네 다다 가리네 이 삼대 미과 제 가능라고 해야 돼 내가 갑자기 단다 겨와라야 돼 가르스네 겨와서야 돼 겨와스니디 삼다나 심라야 가와다 대와야 삼발라 삼바 기부용고 삼바 기부용나 안 곰자니 두고요와 어딘데시디 개베미 고샤고야디 개베미 고샤고야 내가 겨와.
So when we talk about concentration, calm abiding is part of that, but the concentration itself has a bit of a vaster meaning, right? It covers a little bit more. But when we talk about this concentration, we can say that it's a very one-pointed or very stable mind. So a mind that is not distracted. And when we talk about a virtuous object is said that which brings joy to the mind, like a joyous experience to the mind. So when you're using calm abiding, you can use any object is suitable. You can use a flower, for example. You can use the breath. You can use a car. Metog mignang. Anything. Okay. So any phenomena can be used as an object for developing karma abiding. But the reason it says it's virtuous is because it's something that brings joy to the mind.
배진 두 슬랍시네 야고. 다들 ngogone yewa labyonde khalapsana. 다 yewa sheangora. 다들 배제나란 직된len dewa ni labdo. 직된 시도 다 파과 마잉이 다들 나다 단대 직된 라야 되고 시라 남제게 람들 직된 라고 직된 밸런스 시라 남제 시와당 베드바 베나 시네당 항 시네당 삼니 무시당 시네당 어도절라 아니 대시 직된 밸런스고 직된 밸런스 직된 밸런스라고 해 갈라서나 그 베나 시네당다 베나 시네여로 시네 친이 상황이나 단단한도 강한 시에데 단다 점이지 친이라 말이 단다 점이지 봐. 다 시내문에도 귤에 제베이나 가려라나. 아니 운디 베 삼바 템보 아니 지 남도 심 요트고요 말아. 되자 시당 콘도 딘데 문주 제기요 말아. 이 매원자 아니 다 되바 되베게 녀모라고도 봐 빵투요 봐 반제 다 강콩마 소 남상콩 되가네 딱 감숨래라 수감숨에 수감래야 돼야겠다 그 수감도 어다 녀모녀녀레샤 콘도 체릉 보대기도 강해시라면도 어디에 톰나 야고도 선삼무단 시라단 어딜라 시라단 지게면 지 녀모라 시라다지 아니 방과 전이 탑람이 되라 직된배 람서 거다. 베진 도스 과단직래. 과단직 되다. 직된버서 되다. 한다지.
So when it talks about this, it talks about it in terms of the worldly and worldly karma abiding and non-worldly karma abiding, right? So the worldly karma abiding would be one way to look at it, not looking necessarily just at the definition, but the meaning of it. One way would be looking at it would be that the followers of a worldly path can also develop karma abiding, right? So karma abiding can be said to be a very stable, peaceful mind that's not distracted. Things like attachment and these emotions don't arise. So if you were, for example, to look at the three realms of existence, the desire realm, the form and formless realms, and if you look at the existence in the form realms, and you'd say, well, in the form realms, they don't experience any manifest suffering. They have really long lives. And so this, if you aspire to this and develop this concentration without developing this wisdom in conjunction, or conjoining it with the wisdom, then this would be said to be a worldly path. For developing concentration.
다 직된에 대화라면도 다 돈이 무슨 도배라. 돈이 무슨 도배라. 냠 대람게 신데다 녀모 사면다 제와 당기데 녀모 문주 빵라. 사면 빵도 거야 말아. 다 사면다 제와 빵버신이 람데라. 직된에 대회 람스다. 어디는 뒤로다.
So then the transworldly one or beyond worldly one would be that which realizes that has a direct realization of emptiness. And at this point, you've abandoned the manifestation of the delusions. You haven't abandoned the seeds of the delusions, but you've abandoned the manifestation of the delusions. So this the Jigtenpa and Jigpa. So these two paths, this kind of combines all of the practices within it.
다드네 양디 예와제단 지를 베제나 초주권에 예나라도 초주권에 예나 신내단 항도니 라도 신내단 항도다 초주권에 예원디 네 신내단 항도니 어디.
So when we divide it in terms of the phenomena, then it's divided into the karma abiding and the special insight.
다 신내단 항도인데 지나 믹스에 제라 단다딜라 돌두 셰레 네네 제라 믹스에게 신내 돌라 빼게워 셰 디나라 람림나라 안데네 항동 돌라 믹스에게 게워 셰 제라 디젤레 마 리비어와다.
So we're going to talk a little bit about this karma abiding but when it comes to the special insight, we'll make a special time to do that. So, we're going to talk a little bit about this karma binding. Then the path conjoining the special insight and the karma binding. Time to do that. So, we're going to talk a little bit about this karma binding. Then the path conjoining the special insight and the karma
심지 안도 담보 먼저 삼바데 템보 미션을 삼바 미션을 편도 지기에서 까마카제 되기도 이제라 남산 제로보다 가지면 먼저 시내면서 삼바 때문에 제로 제가 심지 전지기 삼년이야 되는 숨이와 최소
So when we talk about the attributes of karma binding, we can talk about it in terms of this life, right? In this life, you can develop, positive qualities, right? Like you develop positive attributes. You have peaceful, calm mind. You'll be able to develop. We can talk about it in terms of this life, clairvoyance, right? You'll be able to see previous lives. You'll be able to see the minds of others. Also, this acts as a basis for being able to develop bodhicitta. Because without karma binding, you can't develop bodhicitta. Because even if you develop the experience for a few minutes, right, it'll fade away. You can't stabilize it without having this attitude of a mind of karma binding.
Because even if you develop the experience for a few minutes, right, it'll fade away. You can't stabilize it.
So in terms of the cause, you're looking at understanding the benefits of karma binding and understand the faults of not having it. So it's clearly understand. And also the method to develop it in one's own mind stream. Understanding the benefits of karma binding and understand the faults of not having it. And also the method to develop it in one's own mind stream. Understanding the benefits of karma binding and understand the
Do you find?
Okay.
어디야? tema be지도 나네요. 그거 시럽지 ngodan ravi julji 주세요. 다디 데이터 등을 단도 똑똑시. 다디 시럽지 做 항동 달 항동 시고라. 근데 이 항동이 여부시시고 다 지면 진짜 사와 진짜 갑자로 지토나 야고요. 다디 지디나라 영향을 요 말이야. 다디 시럽지 做 항동 단다 똑똑시도 시럽지 ngo 가래 시럽지 라비 그요 가래 julji 가래 도시나 야고다.
So now we're going to just give like a basic main point explanation of the wisdom. If we try and explain it in too much detail, we don't really have time now. So we want to do this, we want to set aside proper special time to be able to do that. So now we're just going to give like a more brief explanation. Basic main point
explanation of the wisdom. If we try and explain it in too much detail, we don't really have time now. So we want to do this, we want to set aside proper special time to be able to do that. So now we're just going to give like a basic main point explanation. Jila sherab sibar. Di yagwari, di yagumare, di digbari, di digbayamare, no, di kawari, di mawari, so yawad sheduguda nanda samne. Dila sherab sibar.
So this wisdom can be defined as the ability to distinguish, right? Differentiate and distinguish. So saying this is good, this is good, this is bad. This is valid, invalid. This is white, this is black, and so forth, right? So this is how you can describe wisdom. Differentiate and distinguish.
Ta sherab dila ani yawa shayan ju tamdan dogba da kundu dogba simji tunji ji sherab da sum shayan da.
Okay, so
Tamdan dogba sayade tuni dogba sherab diyere. Kundu dogba sayade ta lejun de sheba ta tuzu sangmara yangbu da duja da mingi shiya da tuzu sangmara. Simji tunji ji ani simji ji tun sheba dogba sherab sayade ta ani chanju singi simbe kuna chanju singi wanga simji shunji chigmani chigmani singi ya yora dila ya simji tunji.
So then when we talk about the divisions of Shirab, the wisdom, so there's the wisdom realizing the ultimate, which is the wisdom realizing selflessness and so forth, right? The wisdom realizing conventionalities, which is things like understanding cause and effect and just understanding the ordinary way things function every day, right? Or the normal kind of understanding that we have. And then the wisdom realizing the welfare of sentient beings is this is the development of bodhicitta.
어디지? 다 셔럽 귤레 제주디로 셔럽 귤레 제주디 다나 롭존치 해야 되다. 좀 봐. 롭존치. 아니 가서 오래. 디레 디마레스다 롭존 저 롭존 사과디 다 또 배배 차샤는 알아서 팅두기 멤버라고 자니네 롭존쇼 장고도 맹기 명다 상마 장고도 지부지냐래 나저 셔럽이 수수 셈디 시와당 뇨몬다 디게 방바 시와라 아니지 뇨몬기 뭐고 이해와 첼레도서 지 균데게 규데고 카레 아니 텐데사데 카레 텐데라고 카레 텐데 타모 카레 네 쇼담제 텐데 좋아요 미 균zen 카레 다도서 롭존 체네 퇴배 셔럽 거고요 당보로 당보 먼저 퇴배 셔럽 거고요 퇴배 셔럽 하고 요나 안에 수수 사무단에 먹고 용거로 삼배 셔럽 용거로 삼배 셔럽인데 야네 곰리체네 곰배 셔럽네 퇴성 군순지 셔럽 세 어디 누구세네 용거요래 다 셔럽 귤이 계단데 저다 롭존 치야 장래 당보 롭존 치야 약쇼르다 지다 먼저 남발라 지준 잠배야 셔럽질 하르네요 근데 nga 장야 근데 요 이내 되서 야고요 상상은 지준 잠배야 이 생아 탕 아라바즈나 디사데 탕 또다 롭존 치야 되게 셔럽 야체도야 약쇼 롭존 치야 돼요.
So when we talk about the development of this wisdom, what is the main way to be able to do this? What is the main way to develop it? Well, the main thing you need to do is to actually study. And it is the same with everything. If you want to be a doctor or any profession, you have to study a lot, right? And it's the same when you want to, develop one's wisdom. You have to understand what to abandon. You have to have studied the things like cause and effect. You have to study dependent arising and so forth. And you have to listen to these teachings and reflect on them again and again, right? So the study is said to be the best or primary method for developing one's wisdom. So certainly we have practices like as Buddhists we say Manjushri is the Bodhisattva or the Buddha of wisdom. And certainly saying the mantra and doing the practice of Manjushri can help, but the primary thing you need to do to develop your wisdom is to actually study.
셔러지 파진 다 셔러지 파진디 파진 짐바 추dim서 와선데 정말로 개심보래 뭐 정말로 그거요 기생 먼저 시에 봐 아니 짐베 셔럽서 들어 짐베 셔럽 요 나도 상담해야 되다.
So when we talk about this perfection of wisdom, then it can be applied to within the practice of the six perfections. So we can talk about the wisdom of generosity, for example.
다디 셔러지 파진 롭지 다 셔럽데 메 코나 믹스 록스 제메 당기 셔나 시체 다디네 데 란주 멤버 지메 진소 파진 툭사데 롭지 도레로 란주 멤버 지메 진소 파진 툭사도 다 신주 멤버십에 되는 거 시세야 돼. 기생 먼저 대책이 돼도.
Okay.
이월로 당보는 짐바래도 안 짐바 다야 돼. 되는 거 시는 짐바 다야 돼. 되는 거 신주 멤버십. 당보데 진소 파진 토데 수수 그 신주 멤버십이야. 다 수수 신주 멤버십인데 미신을 편도 적으로. 미신을 편도 해야 되라니 제주에 시시하고 시로.
So then, when we talk about this practice of the six perfections, you talk about in terms of your own benefit or benefiting one's own, is to develop the six perfections within one's own continuum. And when we talk about it in the way of benefiting others, then we talk about it in terms of training in the 4 ways of gathering disciples that ripen the continuum of others. So generosity being the first of these, right? So it's very important because we say that this six perfections subdues your own mind and develops your own benefit. Then you have to think about benefiting others. And then this is this 4 ways of gathering disciples. So this is page 179.
다 당보 짐바 다야 들어. 수수 당보 밀려 냠바테 라다데. 아니. 말 파진지 가서 셰바단 다스데 짐바 다야들 짐바 상징 짐바 쇼이 짐바 다조 상징 짐바 다야들 상징 짐바 다 밀려 편도체 안디 체드니 미단 데워차게 여러다 이와 밀려야 저거 짐바 다나 밀려 냠바테야들 다 간다 아니 디데요 되게네 데워차스나나 아니 계전 책념보시 냠바 마워사데 다 데데 베제나네 파진시도 산제지 고마톱다다 딘데 셰고 여러 당 알아서 지존나 미드즈락 단다 베나 알아서 저도이나 가르셰올라나 어다 곰잡 낭베촌나 로전체나 가유 레이로 하면서 스트레스 매우 차도고도 앵자이티 매우 차도고도 가시에 고모야 우잖나 디프레션 매우 차도고도 나와다 딘데 펜 전부 도다 딘데 도다 스케지셰위나 아 미가시 나 딘데나 아직 제고도서 그 펜동군에 연구여라가디 계좌 어딘데 셰고 여 냠바마 왔어야 돼
So the first one, when we talk about this generosity, then, when we talk about this types of giving, you can be giving generosity with material things or generosity with the Dharma. But in this context, it's primarily material generosity because this makes people happy, and also it develops a connection with them. The second one is this pleasant speech, right? Must be said as pleasant speech. So in the West, then it might be talking about things like meditation and how meditation reduces stress, anxiety, and depression, and can cure depression and so forth. Because when people hear that, this inspires them. They think, this will be good if I do this meditation or deal with these things. And then, so in this way, this could be an example of this.
어딘데 계시나 야고다 돼서 가요라요 펜터라 어딘데도 언저 산데 클라스 미딘들레 미코나 고모 야고자 팅마숨 딘다 녜네 곰자네 디베시 매우 차서 딘데 이제 딘데 셰위나 딘데 내가 아직 제거도 가도 가도기 라그라 아니야 와요 디디다 셰 그래
So, it's often better to approach it in terms of examples or stories or, things that happen to people. So, for example, there's one person who came to Sunday, came to Sunday class, twice and was able to cure their depression. They did 3 things from Gomgya, bro. Okay. So I don't know how much meditation they did outside, but I met them twice, and through coming twice, they were able to cure their depression through that. So, if you talk about that and people hear that, then they'll think, that's pretty good. I should come along to this magical Sunday class.
There's the college come Javon, come Javana, same the new chamber. Tainaya, did you Kajela the Sabsachigoda? Kaje mensa go depression that in the mensa. Mensa German they love human do that. Men Kale la Majena, Copede, Duja Chavo, Jena Kale, Gom Jagi, somebody was so good, New Kale, Tap Cavoche. me mashabi na ne subula dinde panic dinde lero da arama dinde chanza dinde charo gorjida dinyanga sawor de geje de shedu sabzab chewor wa geje ji shedu sam pala pala sam sheshana and mil pendo mudara.
Okay. So, as you meditate, this develops the power of your mind, but you have to be careful what you say to people, right? Like, for example, a lot of people are on medication and things like that, and you shouldn't say, "Oh, just stop taking that medication, you don't need that," or it's not good, right? Much better that they reduce their dosage, reduce the amount of medication they take. As their meditation develops, then they can reduce the amount of medication that they need, right? You need to have a skillful method with this. Because if they just went like stop cold turkey, then this could cause a lot of problems or make their situation worse. So you have to be kind of very careful in the way that you speak to others.
저도 주고 왔어. 다 검도 되잖아요. 하고도 쇼베 굴론 기다. 아니 지가 뭔가 미사고도들 비딩들과 우중우데 다 야셔래더라. 제 하고 제 아니 삼바상고 제야 돼. 삼바상고 제야. 아니 수승원에 갈서 촉시 제야. 촉시 제야도 랍투브이나 아니 원에 펜토그로 하다. 그래서 안데서 친다나요. 저 대화체 뭐죠 되는 알아 되고 망보자 아저 디 강에 쉬지 테스트스다 와르 망볼래야 되네 용고 대화체라는 용고요 안될 촉시지 해야 되는데 이제 시에 되는데 저기나 안에 텐트 봐서 텐트 봐서 차고 텐트 봐서
so then it should be tentuba. So translated here, sitting pleasant speech, meaningful conduct would be the third one. It's in that little verse at the top there. So in this way, it's giving things people that are valid for them, right? So in the West, it's often talking about breathing, because this breathing practice and that is very beneficial to people. Also, giving them methods for developing contentment, right? And reducing their difficulties and so forth, right? So if you're able to express this skillfully, then this kind of is useful for people. So giving this, meaningful conduct means things that are actually useful for people and will help them to develop.
시버디 텐트 봐서 되더라. 아니 수수님도 검자들다. 시엔남 텐트 하나 자네. 대단님도 텐트 봐. 검자네 야고를 아이게 부요. 아니님도 자고 서봐. 아니 밀라 편도 치고 아예 치고 아니님도 치고 쓰다. 그 내가 님도 체제 봐. 아니 요거 쳐야 되다 한다.
So then and in accordance with the meaning, the fourth one would be like whatever the advice you give to actually practice that yourself, right? So if you say meditation is good, you've got to meditate, and also say, it's good to meditate together. So to meditate together with other people and do the meditations together. In this way, it's helpful to inspire them and develop.
어디 두병호 시세도 도르로.
Yeah.
다 니데스 랍샤나 텐스다래 저는다 망보로 차도고 있어봐 망보 시에잖아 고나도 아닌가도. 다 제가 먼저 신에서 저러와 신에서 디고라도 기제데 시에잖아로.
Okay. So this is the four means for accumulating or gathering disciples. So there's no need to talk about this too much because it's otherwise you'll kind of like you'll get a sore head, or maybe literally translated, you'll get a sore head, maybe a headache.
다디 신에라야디 데레 참바템 보서 또 곰 신행원에 참바템보 차대야지라 참바템보 차대라 아니 센세지과들로 세지과데 베나 데나 다지나 진이로신 베나코 게베 미과 스미과 칸데지 간라 샤베나 링링라 샤tum니로 데베 유릉보 추주시가 투 니마직 니마니 니모숨 니마시 니망아 다오직 된데 근데 대두고요 미과직 간라 샤도이나 대자마세 디님도라야 대화요 루심 시장 대화서고 대외심베 띵 대화디 심베 띵인지시고 루심 신장이 대외심 심 세직과 짠 말에
간 루심 신디
루 신장스 루르 대화 루루 개화체는 먼저 단다
conjunction
먼저 단다 딜가 곰 잡나 깔레카도 다디 신장들에나 깔레카 쳐나 말에 루 가져게 곰 잡 가드 제셔나 단도 씀나 니지야 대화 페르베 대화 그래서 셈나 베 류 양모
Can you put the
류
blinds
지부 어딘데 용거라 근데 신장이 대화서 류 신장 아니 심 신장 써야 되는데 용거 류심 신장이 대외 심베 띵이 진실라 신내라고 여러 가지다 다스 제심 네버 잠마르다 네버 디간라 네베 신장당 류 신장 심 신장이 대외 심지도 아니 류당 심인가라 가디게네 베 류 레스롱 심 레스롱 쓰고 왔다 간다 류 레스롱으로 안도 개와 진이 마도 같은데 매버체 깔래요 맞다 류 중원에 개와체 깔래요 말에 심 중원에 개와체 깔래요 말에 어딘데지 띵인진 템포 중고 있더라 시내다 템바 템포래 템바 파파파잖아 템바 야하고 다 되는가래
So this calm abiding is a very stable sort of like mindfulness, you could say. Tremba literally means memory, but it's more like the connotation here is more like very stable kind of mindfulness. So that's what this mind that clearly abides on a virtuous object, right? And it can abide there very clearly and stably for a long time, 1 day, 2 days, even months if necessary. So it's defined as this the concentration that's conjoined with the pliancy of the body and the mind. Yep. So it's normally we kind of think, it's difficult. We meditate for a short time and it becomes difficult and we become physically tired and mentally tired. But when we have this pliancy of the body and mind, it's not like that. It's very joyful, right? We're very happy, very peaceful and very happy. There's no difficulty associated. We don't get physical difficulty and we don't have any mental difficulties deciding with doing this practice. It's a very clear, kind of stable mindfulness with this very joyful experience.
다 딘데지 연구를 해 봐. 딘데지 연구를 해. 저 땅으로 스스로 와. 근데 딘데지 연구를 해. 뭐냐. 단다 먼저 심 때문에도 와. 먼저 심 베디차 까마 세컨징이 되어 욕도도 와. 아니 배 생장 사고래도 왔다. 먼저 딘데지가 딘데 요를 해. 딘데 연구를 해. So then
the question arises, is it possible to develop this? Right now I can't, just after a few seconds my mind wanders off, it's not very stable. So of course naturally this question arises, is it possible to develop this kind of mind?
낭배추 춘에 마트 공기 암조거나 고만염배 공기 수수 내단 상무당 거라 지등에 상무 간대지 때 상무 직직직 람사 요도 수수 데스 칼로로 줄마도는 내단으로 지든데요 다 단다 상무지 땅인데 때지마 디게야래 고미시차로 대대 고미시차다 세겐 직전이 이제 까마 직전이 까마니제 셈 tempo 된다 빼하고래
So like if you think about it, this example that somebody who's been practicing the Dharma for a while, like maybe even 20 maybe 20 or 30 years. So if we take a look at the difference maybe in our own experience, or for somebody who's never heard about meditation before, starts sitting and trying to concentrate, then their mind is completely no chance, right? Like after 1 second, their mind's just wandering off all the time, right? And, we probably had that experience. Now, hopefully, it's a little bit better, right? Maybe we can get a few seconds or even 1 or 2 minutes of focus. And, 1 or 2 minutes of concentration is actually very good.
어디 나다 딘데시네 다티 용서 다 여제 루도 봐. 야 여제 루도 여제 다 티치 용서래. 아니 하고도 상상나 딘데다 삼단에 워. 공망부 제고요라 저는. 공 잡지. 아니 지 다다외 가나 심샤 제 대도도 따로 봐. 심디 다다외 가나 나단다 단다다 이제 우단야 소리지 가나 바샤 이제 심딘데 대도이나 단다 네가 신에게 유초초디 셰운데 초 신에게 유로 신에 다 신에 공단라 de na lamrim na la de zo te jeme lo tna ya go yor da jeme jinda ya go ji do tna ya go yor da da dang zo do shine ji cho den ba dang de le de ne shine du ju gom ba le de ne shine du be che lamrim na la ya go shu song da de ro 아 shine du ju hang dong du ju ni je ro zong du ju du ba de 아니 당볼라야 shine ge cho den ba shine ge ju da ju khar khar yin be 유튜브 열어 유들로 투 유카르 카르 카레 텔레디네 시네 루주 카레 아니 텔레디 시네 루벌레 데네다 시네 체로 간제지네가 시네 루레 간제지네가 시네 루비 요 말에 그래서 다데나라 람르나라 예 야고슈어레 베자망고 따마투나나 다가란 티그
So, so in this way, if we can, we can see that we improve and we develop the more we meditate, right? And, on top of this, if we kind of meditate a lot, like, we like to meditate a lot, then we can gradually develop this improvement and keep our mind more in the present moment and keep it more stable. So, we're going, it's very good if you can read over this explanation in the Lam Rim. We might not have time to go over it all in too much detail, but it's very clearly explained. And this starts on page 189, where it talks about the prerequisites of shamatha, how to cultivate shamatha and reliance on them, and the measure of having accomplished shamatha through meditation. So shamatha is the Sanskrit word. It's calm abiding in English. But
in Tibetan
it's shine. Shine. Alright, so she means like the base, and ne is to abide. No, she
said she carried the
Oh, okay. Di shiwa mare.
Shiwa dile kochogre. Sim shiwa yoro. Chingwa dan goba shiwa ge neva dile kochogre. Shine said ro.
Oh, okay.
Dile kochogre da dan da di.
Can you say inji se calm abiding di shiware. Di
Digo de bena chingwa dan goba shiwa ro. Chingwa dan goba shiwa ge ani shiwa yin dan shin da di tsingde ro, tsingde.
Okay.
Okay,
so it kind of has two connotations. The word she can mean base, so stays, abides on the base, or it can also mean calm, and hence it's translated, it can mean peace, right? So she was peace. So it means calm abiding. So it's translated as calm abiding because the peace is the pacification of the excitement and sinking. When you pacify that, then you have this. Then you're able to abide on object. Yeah. So in terms of the meaning, like the literal meaning, it would be this pacification of the sinking and the excitement, and therefore through the peacefulness, and then abiding in that. Abiding within it.
대전이지라고 쓰러. 대전 당보대 가래라나. 당도 곰잡디 레로레도 곰자니 마트. 녀업도 차. 아니 곰대에서는 니국도. 지금도 어디라 디 탑시지 랍샤나 디 저런도 곰제거요 당하고 전성모 곰망부 제거라. 이제 데 신이다 여와도 망부 셰드나다 고버살 요마다. 딜레 다 단다 강에 가려서나 나란 상물 강에요. 곰자니 두고 말이라. 베 nhập도 곰자니 두고 말. 안 되네. 곰대에서 잡이나 니구로야. 야면나 곰대에서 잡이나 나 산이 바바도 나바도 나 수부대대 곰자 믹좀대라 봐. 산이 콜발발발라 와 발발라 미디 딩알라 딘데 시고 거 딘데 시고 딘데 아니 곰야란데 솔롱 파르자로 니구 되어야 저래라 니 먹고 돼 곰데 미디 딜라고 가데나 뭐가 딜라고 나 미딜라 딜라고 산인 딜라고 나데 추 딜라서 파딜라 바데 딘데나 안에 창마다 창마 차보차다 요 말은 베트 투자다 근데 곰지다 요 말다
So, when you sort of go to meditate, you can have a number of problems. Like you can be lazy about it, you can get bored, sometimes you can even fall asleep when you're meditating, right? So there's this, when we meditate, like, you all meditate, I know you all meditate, but we can face these difficulties, you might be put off, you might be bored, not really inspired to meditate, not really interested. And then when you do actually sit down to meditate, you fall asleep straight away. So it's like, in this way, you can have this difficulty, or if you're not like asleep or very dull, then you have this very distracted mind thinking about, what's happened in the past, or what I've got to do in the future, or this person said that, or this person did that, and then you kind of your mind becomes very agitated, and you get wind disturbances, right, or energy disturbances, and then the mind becomes even more agitated, right? Because if you just spend all your time thinking about, oh, this person said that, or this person did that, or I've got to do this, or I've got to do that, or I shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have done that, then your mind becomes disturbed, and then you can't meditate.
Sometimes we return mantra, recite mantra, you recite a mantra, and the mantra sometimes, you recite Om Mani Padme Hum, and it's completely different mantra. Om Tarti.
Oh, Gishlati, yeah. The plug.
Took more than
Okay, oh yeah, it's happy now.
oh, the day you do. The someday the end of Mani Padme, because I'm Tarti. Oh, Nico.
I think you got that. No need to translate it.
Sim year,
Yeah.
Sim year, Kanegala.
So yeah, I mean, your mind's so distracted you don't even know what your mouth's saying. Yeah, so then you've wasted half a mile on you. Because
신의 곰 자녀만 줘야지. 내가 탐랑 가르쳐 올라나. 레로게 냠볼라야 아니. 단다 신장 땡고래라. 신의 레로다 곰 자녀만 줘도 아니. 곰 제베 편연도 삼당고다. 로 편연. 다 당기시에서 신의 어디 시에는데 다셈 셈라야 강에메바. 르르 강에메바. 배대 추주시가 두 니마치 니마니 니마숨 된데 대투고 연하다 된데 시당 알아 고도스라 연구로 콜레 페 먹고요 된데 된데 지는다 빼 갈랑아 네 니마치 니마니 된데 곰 잡잖아 쇼게 브레이크파스트 사고 말에 런치 사고 말에 디너 사고 말에 네 야고도 와로 네 녀자 고스리 도고 말에 네 바구 레레가요 네 야고 저도 알아 dindezinada ngaja wazare komja devalegra.
So the first thing we've got to do is like find this antidote to the laziness, right? This lack of enthusiasm towards the practice. So the way to do that is first you have to understand the meaning of this karma body, and then you have to understand the benefits of it. How you wouldn't have all the difficulties of your physical difficulties or the mental difficulties that you have now, and you'd be able to meditate for long periods of time, even days, completely peacefully, right? So, then you should feel inspired that you really want to develop this mind. This is this kind of intention that you need. Because if you think about it, if you could meditate for 2 days and you wouldn't have to eat, then that'd be quite cool. You could actually save a lot of time cooking and a lot of money buying groceries and that. So that's good, yeah?
you don't need fruit and you don't need juice.
You don't need this gluten-free,
vegan.
You
don't need a vegan. You don't need free.
It's just free potatoes and water, and off you go.
You don't worry, pumpkin doesn't matter. In your village there's a pumpkin, you don't worry. My uncle, he's retired, been long time. He got Kama biting, and one time, he never said I got Kama biting, and he lived in Dharamsala, very in top. And he never could come back. He stayed on the mountain very high. My uncle, he little bit worried. I think he not enough food, and he bring some samba and those vegetable and leg and butter tea. He went 6 hours walking on the top, and finally he found somewhere some very corner, and he see the major, and he waiting my uncle waiting, and he saw uncle come, and then he bought before similar 3 days, 3 days food, 3 days food. I think same 3 days food he keep 1 month, and he every day eat just one spoon on the tea because his stomach inside needs some cuma majaya, cuma majaya. You need something, otherwise you
I will.
problem, you know.
Like, yeah, I mean, I think it will decay the stomach lining or something.
Yeah, he put in the water 1 spoon barley and 1 spoon and just this all one day. He said, I know need this, but when a doctor, there are some mamas say you need, otherwise your stomach become upset, And then when my uncle bought lots, he said, oh, this is too much. This is for him. It looks 1 year's food. Oh, yeah. My uncle said, this is for him 1 week. Other man said, this is for me 1 year's food. Exactly, the Jesus Melareva, he has this talk. And one time he went on the top mountain, and the logo did. At that time, the Xinjiang was not really about the potato. He did a little bit of jealousy, and then those snow, take snow, logo did this. And logo people think, oh, Jesus Melare was fast away, he's fast away. And it's snow just 3 months stay, to wait the whole year, and 3 months road block, And 3 months after, and this local people found Jesus Melare was body. They thought he already passed, passed away. He already dead. And 3 months later, local people went and found Jesus Melare. Jesus Melare, he knows people coming, and he cooking in the cave, some cooking for people, tea and some soup. This soup, before he went, this is just similar 3 days meal. And he never eat. He been there, looks meditation, And he said he did 3 months he did the meditating concentration. At that time, when the people did offering, talk we do talk. We usually do here talk, offering talk. And people think, oh, Jesus Malari was passed away. We do some talk for him, and then Jesus Malari asked him, oh, such day, what did you do? You did something puja for me, They said we did big talk for you, And he's feeling his stomach become full. At that time, He said, these talks benefit for dead people. He said, I have feeling my stomach that time, feeling very full. You can read this Jesus Malari extensive
Biography.
biography. They have this story. It's beautiful. 그래서 띵이딩 세로 띵이딩 세. 그래서 먼저 단다 자야디 칼라디 감세로. 아 띵이딩 세. 먼저 칼라 자야디 가래. 루 쳐야로. 루부야 쳐야 들어. 그래서 띵이딩 루 쳐두고요다. 띵이딩 세.
So the measure of this concentration, right? So it's like for example, this not eating would be the measure of concentration that would develop in terms of the body. This is a physical aspect. So the lugishinjang So it's okay. The measure of the concentration on the physical level or the body, you could say, would be like this not having to eat.
제가다 딘데 연구요. 제가 내 로주도서라 다단당 안아서 수술을 냠녀요 말아. 로주를 따비나 아니 다 원해 된대도. 아니 다 신에 터비나 아니 다 컨대 지워요래 당도 먼저 탄다 말하면서 상마 탄다 쌤 되자 차단기 강에 쉬지도 알아 나 덤블링디 상마 두루 선이 상마 차단서 왜라 되자등 시단기 봐 되자 시단 얘기 상마 두루 당겨요 제가 상마마 지워서 왜라 수수마 지워서 미마 지워서 상마마 지워서 다 시내 더베이나 디용사야마 시내 더베이나 디어만다 문주요 말 문주
Direct.
고스라 고스 락바
Yeah, Rakba lamna jikin sawad.
락바 람나 야 그래
Yeah.
문주 단다디 문주 사야데 락바
So, you know, we don't have this experience of karma biting, and because of this on a mental level, we constantly caught up in attachment and aversion and so forth. We have this all the time, right? And this attachment and aversion is what makes us, that brings about all our unhappiness, all our disturbances and our unhappiness, and it also causes the problems we have with others, the way, you know, harm to others and not interacting properly with others. However, if we have this karma biting, then we won't have this anymore. This on the gross level, they don't arise. Nongya means like literally directly manifest. Or you can say on the gross level, this arisal of these delusions does not happen.
제가 딘데지 유나다 당알 고도 somebody 레거다 딜라 이래 문도기 대화 당보된 당화지거다 아지 딘데지 유나다 연된 딘데지 유나다 나라 딘데지다 고도 먼저 샘지 탐제를 딘데지 고도라 아지 삼딘데는 문도기 대화 세들리고 왔다
Deeper. So, you know, when you have this feeling that I really need this, right? I really want this, you know, you know, you really want these qualities. I need these qualities. All sentient beings need these qualities. So then this is, you know, this direct faith in this direct manifestation, literally, or this kind of. Oh, okay. Nyanga in this case means Nyanga directly manifests, but in this case it means I need to manifest this. I need to develop this. So this, I don't know how you'd say, maybe developing faith.
For example, like that, someday when you're finding company job, you know, they're high wages, you think I want this. Exactly similar this. Did it, the example. Did it, Chibujignare. A larger tumbo than day, you know, larger than all good. They were like that. Chibujigna, or the day she need, in day, you know, all the good.
So, you know, yeah, if this job pays high wages, then you have this, you want this job, you know, you want this money, you want this job. And it's the same way, like in the same way, you want to develop this karma biting because you understand the benefits of it.
That day, one to get town the lesson, that turning Dumbali, turning you. Benarwa, Rota, Lega Dindis to larger Bechambudos, Tanga Lega the Chigudus, Tanga Lega the Chigudu Sigrota.
Yeah, so then after that comes this like intention to engage, right? Or, you know, this, so it's just like that. When you see this job advertised, you know about it, then you think, oh, well, I need to go and get this job. I need to do this and this to get this job. So it's the same way. After that, you have this wish to actually engage.
That lives nana ane khale lega de ane application chigro de and lega ras na khajura ta lega chigro ta ta tundu che adre ta
right
ta lega che
so then you know after that of course you have to make the CV and apply for the job, and then when you get the job you actually have to do the job. So in the same way this is the actual engagement, right? Or the joyous effort comes from that.
레로 la nyamboshi 신장체 대바체 dum바체 준주체 신장 시샤로 디션 디게데 samyago 당기나 강아는 상말라 디베팽 아니 곰게데 셈나라 가보라 정아티다 칼레데스 자오 칼레 마잖아다 용마로 칼레데스 자오
건데 디시 카레르디
신장체 신장데 신앙고라래도 신장다 신장스 라이어데 신장 심 신장 시고라 아니 대화체 대화된 건데 여기 대화 임방이 아니 둠바체 전도인이 둠바체 아니 전주체 와 어디를 시들다 레로레인데 곰자녀 마토니 레인데 어떻게 대상을 딴 거라
right
payment something ya sure tamura.
So, you know, when we think about this, like the reason we need this is because these are the antidotes to the laziness. And it's said to be 4 antidotes to the laziness. There's this pliancy. So this is the pliancy of the body and the mind. There's the faith, there's the aspiration, and then there's the joyous effort. So if you have these, then you can really engage without any thoughts of laziness or any of that.
어디지? 다 드네 다 검접디 당당 아주 검 가르자고라서는 신의 줄다 류대단데 계속 쉬어와. 다들 뭐네 류다 저런 상만 류하고 돼. 류 남는 최된데 싱그러. 하여튼 이제 시작 뭐지 그런 거. 한번 거는 배전하는 거 따라. 류 남는 최된데 저. 다 내가라. 근데 남리나 가라. 다 롱참로 봐봤어요. 저거. 롱 네. 욱 들어. 욱 지난 게 요아 자젠다 남바당 거바진데 미당기 진내장 참네 진내장 퍼주스주 미소바 대부 배바 아니 배바메바 주바티다고 선 어디 다 내가 베다 제르무진 내나도 미세다 데 안다 르남나 춘디데 되어서 싱그레 다디 배 계신 모래로 와 아니 고고에는 믹좀 줘야만 되는 검제데 믹데다 당보다 깔려요 때 믹좀나 남산이 후다라 믹도나 니 남자고 믹도 당보다 데스 깔려야 되네 믹도 아니 갈래를 고미지 차서나 거의 가르자지 요에 인자 니디 레그 마르와 아니 되네 네 갈래를 셈 나라다단데 셴고 하데 남도 다만도 샤지는 곰디 야고지 용도 된데 심대 저 말에 고말 흘려지 직 야전 흘려지 봐 가래 연한데 야고 연한데 기보 연한데 강에 연한데 삼바 시바 연한데 삼바 감다 사고 연한데 가래 연한 커 간데스도 따져 봐 찍다 당고 따 찍다 아니 배 슬림빌이랑 들어 simbe sling doshagda I don't go sada mangi mande dang chatting talking loads ngaro chatting chigrada shiuji shegda geja shiuji shegda simna dile she dishi mangbo shego dara da dinde ide da gajo da dire nande uk chinan gi jwa ube shuk chembo 세야딘데 마담시 칼레라 야슈 제단 칼레라 마 땅칼레라 간담질로 수수수수 욱땅 마신 버서다 욱코나 전에 욱 땅기 여다매 마신 버거나 칼레 욱코나 바예 도에서질라 대샤비나 아니 신디 아니 시와 타와 심 타와 다딜리고 다디자오 이런스다 곰디자오다 류남나 최딘데가로 디자오다
So, you know, when we focus on this, it's we need the correct body posture, right? Now, most of you are familiar with this. You know the points of the posture. If you need to refresh or you want to know about it, it's on page 190 in the text. But specifically here, it talks about the breath, right? So it says here, as for the breath, your exhalations and inhalations should not be audible, forceful, or uncontrolled. Rather, their coming and going should, by all means, proceed imperceptibly, leisurely, and effortlessly. That is the way to do it. You should first accomplish the body posture with the 8 essential gentle breathings as explained. So, you know, it's important that one has this correct body posture and has the breath in the right way. So, first of all, it's important, you know, it might be not good to completely close the eyes, because if you completely close the eyes, you can get dullness and even go to sleep, right? So, it's good to keep the eyes like a little bit open and looking at the nose. Okay, sorry, not necessarily looking at those, but relaxed and looking down, right? So, you know, and at the time when first of all, we just want to look at our mind, and we might have a lot of thoughts. In fact, likely we're going to have a lot of thoughts, but we shouldn't worry about this, right? Should just relax and let it come and check how is the mind. And often, you know, you'll find the mind's going to probably be very busy, right? It's going to have a lot of gossip going on. It's going to have monkey mind going on. You know, you're going to be having all sorts of weird chats going on. And the way so how do we deal with this? How do we deal with this busy mind? Well, you do it through focusing on the breath, right? And slowly, breathing slowly and calmly and just focusing the mind upon the breath. And those that are actually able to keep the mind focused on the slow, kind of peaceful breathing actually can have their mind become very peaceful and clear through this meditation.
당고 우중 마당 콩라 까마치 이지 설려제데 수수 삼노당당 간데스도 따와 네 가르 나 단다 가르성부도 와 나 단다 가르성부도 디시버 저거 당고
So, it's good for the first maybe 1 or 2 minutes just to check how is the mind, right? So just check and think, how is my mind? So just focus on that.
되네 다 디요르 가절라 다셈 tempo yomarwa tamade tengura keyamare khora tenjo shira da jara de tende asta ta nga lega nga ukjung tangi ta chana khar thingi na te khar shegi na she khora thona ma je sha shira.
Okay, so your mind might be very busy thinking about doing different things, wandering up to different things about different, not very stable. But after like when it's time, you think, okay, you can do whatever you want, right? But now I'm going to focus on the breath. So you go ahead and do whatever you feel you want to do. I'm going to be focused on the breath now.
Ko de shashi, khora shashi dan ko ba yedo. Ko lo thana de na ko dur.
Right. So, in this way, like if you put it aside, then naturally those things will dissipate. But if you keep putting attention on it, then that increases, right? Then it continues to go on.
다 되네 네 우드 당도 당도 대 배전을 셔든 우다진 등amba 고바진 됩니다. 우기야 당보 다대에서 따라와 칼레라 다대에서 하고 나 우수 당기요 우파 당기요 셔버죠. 안 간단하지라 우드 당보 다대 수수 고구로 다 고다. 다 당보 다대 고와지 다 안테네 칼레 다 고야면 요지 우당. 아니 우코란 봐 우당 아니 우당 셈도 찍바라오지 님도 라야고 도구도나 곰디 야고 이거래 다 우당 그 여와 간실래야 셈데 가자 콜라 주도구도나 다디 야고지 제도고 여만 다이나 코라다 샤지 뮤티네 우드 당제 디간라야 다디 우당야디 데지 가서 땡 구양타고 데지 축자고 흘려잖아 심잉도로 저 데지 shukdeks so shukdim lo dim shukdes shuk thana be galer khadane tek solo da ko thanglo remboji go ro udaya de thanglo remboji
okay
da de be ya wo da de ngado thangmo udang go ro ne de udaya de la samna ta sha bi na de shin be na su nyamnyo de ne de shin be na anda 저런 gomja le lo cha.
So, we need to recognize this, like a situation, as it says here when it comes to the breath. As for the breath, your exhalations and inhalations should not be audible, forceful, or uncontrolled. So, in the beginning, when you first start, you might want to breathe a little bit and recognize that you're breathing. Be aware that you're breathing in, and you may just be able to hear the breath lightly for yourself. And then slowly you can make it more softer and to the point where it's not audible. Right? And at this point, when your mind and your breath go together, then you can have this like very calm and peaceful and clear mind. However, sometimes, if you have this very light type of breathing, then you can start to sink, like, and go maybe start to fall asleep. And yeah, and if you see this happening, then you can actually put a little bit more intensity into the breath, maybe, or strength into the breath, make it a little bit more stronger, and so you can recognize these different methods depending on the situation. So if your mind's very busy, you can have the breath like calm and a very like light and calming breath. And if your mind's starting to sink, you can put a little bit more energy into the breath. So it's very good to understand these different methods to understand the situations. If you can recognize these, then it becomes more easy to meditate.
롱 참나 봐. 근데 내가 지금 디나는 성도 롱 참나 봐. 롱마 삼바드마 흘렸어. 데데베 데 삼바드마 쉬어이나 아니 신두다. 아니 다 딜립스나나 아니 신두다. 수수 베지다나데 수수 게기다 비행 뭐네 게지티 땅아 내다 근데 여고도 가만히 있으면 배 야고 대도도 가만 숨쉬 대도도 다 가르쳐 그래. 아니 진짜 뭐네 게겐 야유나 무슨 따도 깔래 먹고 자만 개개는 계지티는데 다들 가르쳐 오래. 오늘 개개는 계지티다. 냠냠 이제 연구도 다 가르쳐 오래. 아니 시엔도 개개는 대시 대마지 라비온데 아니 거 아니 다니 야르제도 빼자고 차. 야르제도 야고 쉬우차.
So, when you start to get a familiarity with this practice, right, and start to see a bit of understanding, then it's important to work with a teacher, like a genuine teacher or a qualified teacher, right? So maybe, you can discuss with your teacher and you can say, okay, maybe you're saying, okay, now I've got maybe a few minutes of concentration, 3 to 5 minutes or something like that. So what should I do now? So it's very important if you have this genuine teacher that you can work with, and talk about your practice and develop it from there. Then your practice can develop up and improve.
이 거는 디제팅 언제 저월 다리 디제트. 아니 학원도 신의 검으로 되니나 신의 초 죽자 세워라. 나디 베제데스 장고로 그런 이제 신의 주초 죽디제 아니 검라 당고 믹된다 데 맞아요. 제 때랑 잡제 우크라 잡제 되기나 되는 거네. 시림 베스로 시 마더로 시로 야고지 템보용 거라. 시디 요나 아는 건도 되네 야제다 강해요 말이야. 시메도 람산베 토보지가나 삼는데 아니 디 야고마이 마치 아니 강해 쉬우지 되고 왔다.
So it also talks about things like here the six prerequisites of shamatha, and there's various other things in here, and it's important to read about this. But meditating well on the breath builds like a stable base for developing calm abiding, right? This becomes a base that you can then, if you have the stable basis or the stable foundation, you can build other things on top of that very well. If you don't have this, whatever you try and put on top won't be stable or won't last.
근데 먼저 지난데 먼저 벽 난데나라 요래요래디나 카세부든데 민도 근데 팀메기 되나라 니 옥주룩 간에 니 참반여샤 주룩 간 곰자다 베닝저도 알아 우코란을 때네 아니 류트만여샤 심트만여샤 초트만여샤 최트만여샤 곰단도 우코란을 때네 옥주고를 때네 냠네 지단 차장도 하잖아 그래서 야고 쉬우도
소칸다티 룩
우글라 때네 류트만여샤 와트만여샤 포렌 류트만여샤
feeling 디시카레
류트만여샤 초트만여샤 심트만여샤 최트만여샤
mind. So, when it comes to the breathing meditation, although we have this practice in the Tibetan tradition, it's not expressed that much, or clearly, right? In the Theravada tradition, it clearly expresses this 16 mindfulnesses of breathing, right? And within that practice, it also expresses these four mindfulness: the mindfulness of body, mindfulness of feeling, mindfulness of mind, and mindfulness of phenomena.
그래서 낭배디나라 티젠드나 여다 여러 먼저 고고요 말이야. 틱 춘주지나는 차단 숨셔라. 양 스스 마데마 말이야. 땡여래 먼저 고고요 말이야. 땡주에 땡바르들 먼저 고고요 말이야. 근데 파고 탐에기 년사도 주나라 숨도와.
네네.
근데 로잉예기 쳇데 저드즈나라 옥도서 다 숨여래. 잠만이셔. 우대다 셰나 이나 카세보던데 요 말에서 거라. 어디셔. 매매 마데마다 말에 땡도 땡. 이나 저 직튼주나라 고도 말와. 어디셔.
So, like they definitely have these practices, but they're just they're in the text, but like they express in a very short way, so we don't understand them, right? They definitely have these things, but they're written very briefly, and we don't fully understand them. So there's texts by Aryadeva and so forth that have these breathing things in it, but it's not really expressed in detail.
아야데와 말다. 파고토메
Asanga Gonda. Sorry, not Aryadeva, Asanga.
아야데와 딘데용이 하고.
Yeah, Pakvila. No, I got that mixed up.
얘도 얘기래나 제만요. 아야데와 요시그래나 나 제뇨메로.
Right, so Aryadeva may have written about it, but I can't remember that. But what Geshe said Asanga. Sorry, not
년사도. 당가 배적하나 용알아요. 제가 우디가나로 저는 저 고망 무제고요라. 디간라 단다 단다 람림 셰브난시 잡다 아니 거네 수수수수 삼발 흘려 서도 그래 다 당보들라 먼저 당보들라 수수쌤 수수수수 말 흘려 서도 지 당보되고 왜 수수쌤 맞이 있는 미 서도고 말다 삼발 흘려 서도고 말 미신다 가리 있는 서도고 말 수수 삼다네 수수 삼바도 말 흘려 서야 돼 근데 우 남림나는 제르무진 승신 요스도 아도 제르무진은 서다 제르무진은 서다 제르무진 당 아치나 든지 랩상 다데 나라 공개고요 삼제 안데 모두 제제 야시다 당봉어도 삼바데 쉬웠어야 돼 계절 뭐 수수 삼바 쉬웠어야 돼 계절 뭐 쉬어로 뒤에다
So, like, it's very important to meditate and keep, make the mind relaxed and peaceful and focused, right? So, and a good method to do that is using this breathing, right? So, first of all, you can like make a request to or a supplication to Lama Tsongkhapa, and then feeling that you've got Lama Tsongkhapa's blessing, then you can engage in this practice and bring about this peaceful state of mind.
수수수수 삼바 쉬워서 오래서
Right, so you may have to make your own mind and thinking peaceful.
어디 더 되셔
Okay, so we'll stop here.
아니 나 next week exam 열어 exam 를 딱 안돼 저기나 next week exam 아니 네 항동다 시내도 지메다 지 진짜로 갑상한지 좋던데요.
Right, so
오늘 현대도 곰제기 쉐르도 곰제기 쉐나 아니야고 싱그러.
So like this calm abiding and calm abiding and special insight. We want to do like a special kind of class for that, right? So it's good if we can do it in conjunction with the meditation, then you can understand it clearly. Okay, so we'll stop here.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. Could you please explain pliancy and how does pliancy of body and mind act as antidotes to laziness?
So lugi shintang sengi shinjang ni ro. Shinjang di tanda karere. Any di lelogi nyembo kare ludis then sendi lelogi nyembo kare chini.
어디 류신장 심신장 해야지. 류레롱로 류레스롱 류레야 개와치야 강이메 딜라가 이나 개와치야 강이메 인자 텔레템베 대와치여라 오늘 그봐 먼저 수부 대워요나 내가 지야라 강이메도 심베 지우도 수부 대워면은 아니 내가 지는 갈래 가거든 제가 류신장세 semba ting tati semba ya tempo shochile semne pejin semne geba doane da 신장 leong wa semne geba semne guwa dusimje jibe ting di jela 신장 le go da
so go
ting di tempo shochile sa jela ani 류신장 심신장 le go ra right 류신장 sa de 류 lesro geba chiya la 강이 추네 매든요 강에 매매 쌈 맛에 아니 대화하고 그러 대화 이게 룰 어디 룰 신장서 그러 심 신장서야 돼 심게 최제 겨체 강에 매매 터네 아니 기가 가르쳐베 이네 미고 가르 간대가는 샤베 이네 심 대토와다 대버들 때네 아니 심나라 양자 대화 가와피 그러 조부든지 페인고다 대화라 디기라 어디라 심 신장서 그래
So, like, when we talk about this pliancy, right? It's in terms of the pliancy of the body. It's like very. I mean, the word is like suitable, or very. You could say very workable, right? So, like, for example, if your body's very in a good physical condition, then you can do things like it's not difficult, right? Like working's not difficult. Things come very easily if your body's healthy and in good condition and so forth. So this pliancy is like that ability for the body to function really well, right?
Yeah,
and very happy,
I don't think they are workable.
workable. Okay, yeah, Geja likes the workable.
Conducive.
Yeah, it's very okay. Like it's very workable. You know, like you could.
less at the legarwa.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, so you could, yeah, basically you can do what you easily do what you want to do with great pleasure, physical experience, like very happy. And then this comes from this, when your concentration gets high, you get this workability or this pliancy of the body, right?
You too.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the Gejela the younger the love. Okay, so this comes at like the physical pliancy comes at the 9th stage of the concentration, 8th or 9th.
Lusim Shinjang Devasa, the Simne Gua, Simne Tangunia, Sumbasho, Shineria Talana, Simne Tangunia, Sumbasho, or Guera, Guvejela Daligo.
Okay, so after the 9th stage, then this pliancy Lugis.
Lusinjang, Simshinjang.
So both the pliancy of body and the pliancy of mind come, right? And this mind is the same. Like this pliancy of mind basically means that the mind is no difficulty doing things, no difficulty with the practices and so forth, and is extremely joyful and happy. You know, great joy and great happiness. This is what is meant by the pliancy of mind.
The bed in the shadow. Any Lusinjang, you did Namla Pidu now, Nashira, Lula Jigoyo, Lupe, Lega Chedo, Lega Kalchen and Kangim in your work. 먼저 근데 요래 내가 공부 잡는데 간다. 예, 미니 시네터비어서 미니가 제녀여로. 미니. 그런데 공부 잡는데 그런데 나는 푸도를 시켜보다. 지고 있는 수고를 지고 있는 매우다. 수고 파되는데 배 지고 전부요. 저런도 뭔고 제일 우리 천대로 무지로. 천대로 무지. 그래서 내가 나가 민대니 전부 다 진대니 라마죠로. 근데 시내도 고셔 바나는 densa 숨라 배 용다래. 이 창마 길로나나 예 지네 타워 창마 켈렌 쳐고 지고지 야래 공부 잡듯이 띠띠띠인데 요만 섭섭
Very light, youngire. Super young crowd.
수고배 밸런스 야고 쉬지.
Yeah, balance.
브레이크 dan스 잖니다.
Okay.
그래. 저는 되지 그쇼 천대로 무진 제냐여로.
Children of Vishnu. And you know, so example like people who have, you know, their body functions very well. It's very workable, you know, and like I know two people who have this karma body. One is Children Rinpoche, and the other the Kurangi Ming. Palang Rinpoche, who gave me my name, Jambatachen. So he's renowned in the Gelugpa tradition as somebody like everybody agrees. Yes, he's developed karma body, right? And so, you know, when you see these people that when they walk, it's very light, like we kind of stomp around in a very heavy kind of way, right? Their bodies are very balanced and light, almost like they'd make great break dancers, right? Right. So, you know, this also, you know, we've already explained how this is the antidote to the laziness.
Another one? No. Okay.